Are you looking for a faster video? Well, today it's a live stream, and I know you're probably looking for a really nice and tidy edited down video, but I have ways for you to make it faster. You can click that little gear on the YouTube settings right there on the video and adjust the playback speed, make me sound like a chipmunk, and it'll go a lot faster. You can also look and see if there's timestamps for this project in the description, and if you're on a desktop, you can hover over the time bar at the bottom of the screen and see if it's chunked up into chapters, and then that way you can go directly to the step you're looking for. And lastly, you can also tap on the screen on the right hand side of the video picture or on the left hand side to make the video jump ahead, forward or backward if you're on a mobile device. And you can adjust that amount in your settings so you can have complete control over how much it jumps. So if you are on a desktop, you can use the fast forward or the rewind, and that will make it go faster as well. You can also enable subtitles, and the little CC on the screen will enable closed captioning. That way, if I am a little bit harder to understand with that double playback speed, the subtitles might help you out. All right, well, I know that it's not a nice little edited video, but if you sew with me, we'll get there together and it'll be lots of fun. And now for the live stream. Happy sewing! Hi! I lost one of my scenes there at the beginning. I don't even know where it went. The one that just says stream starting soon, it's just gone. So that's why you got the thumbnail at the beginning there. I was so thrown off by that I was like, wait, what order do I do it in? I literally have them labeled 1, 2, 3, 4. How are you guys? It's been a week and a half since we live streamed. I'm still busy in the guild, of course, and if you're interested in that, check it out, sewguild.com. And if you're new here, I'm Saremy, by the way. I feel like I might get a few new people here because of what I'm doing today, which is awesome. So welcome, welcome, welcome. If you want to know more about me, just ask. But I have been doing this for a while. I don't pretend to know everything. But I definitely will attack anything you give me, and I will try and figure it out. So, but I have worked in the garment industry, and I've been a pattern drafter for a long time. I've been sewing a long time too. So anywho, so today I'm going to be retrofitting my pants. And so I feel like I'm doing something we've all dreamed of doing, you know, like every time we put on our pants, we look in the mirror and they're like, ugh. So I don't think I'm going to be able to fix them perfectly, but I think I can take care of a lot of the fit issues I have. And I'm going to show you a video, which is like 10 seconds long, of me wearing them and then what I plan to do. My plan of attack is to, I've obviously already ripped them out, so you don't have to wait around for something like that, but I haven't done any alterations yet. And I'm going to tell you exactly what I did. And I've never done this before. I've fit tons of pants, and if you look at my last live stream series, which was the Half Moon 101 jeans by Half Moon Atelier, I went over a lot of fitting in that. I drastically fit those because they didn't have a shaped side seam. So you can get a lot of really good ideas of what to tackle if you're going down this road. So my method today is going to be, I'm going to trace off the back and then take out what I want on a piece of paper and then lay that paper on my pants and see if I can manage that. That's kind of my idea. Like I said, I don't think I'm gonna be able to perfect these, but I'm also going to take down the waist, and you'll see why, because I put a full belly adjustment in it, took a lot of it out, and then I still just need a lot of it out. So we'll see that in a second. So anyway, that's what I'm planning to do today. So hey Fiona, hi Aisha, hello Mohair Blue. I'm glad you found us too. Hi RG, Libby, Margaret, Louisa, hello. Hi Lydia, how's it going? How are you all? What have you guys been working on? There's so much pants and jeans talk lately. I mean, there always is, right? This is our one thing that we are all really like, woof, you know. Oh, thanks for telling me your name, Tam. I'll try to remember it. I'm not the best with names, but I'm actually doing pretty good in my stream. Hi, Sarah. So there's been a lot of talk on pants fitting lately, especially in the guild. Not everybody can watch the live streams or see what I'm doing or what I'm up to. So it's kind of funny. Like, I feel like it's just in the air very organically. Like, people will be talking about it. I'm like, I just sewed those, you know? So it's really interesting that there really is no silver bullet to fitting your pants. It's just work. And I want to say that because there is a lot of talk about pants fitting right now. And there's a lot of amazing methods out there. And just know that you have to be patient and to try things that you don't think are going to work. So, hello, Martina. Most of Jean's talk is my fails. No, you're doing really good, Fiona. You started sewing the strata top and you're knitting another shift cowl. Nice. Hello, Tina. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. The strata top of someone, I've heard a few people make that. Who's that one by? You're set it in sleeves today. Button down shirt you dragged for your wife. Nice. Oh, I'm really busy working on the buttons and buttonhole skill building session for the guild. And I think you guys are going to laugh when you see how much information is there. Hello, Casey. Welcome. I'm seeing new names, which is really awesome. So like I said at the beginning, if you want to know more about me or who I am or why I think I know how to do this, just ask. I feel like you see videos and you're like, what makes this person think they're an expert? I mean, I'm always learning. I learn from all of you guys all the time, but I do know a bit. Oh yeah, the So Liberated strata top. Yeah, okay. Okay, cool. That's really cool. So let's get to it. All right, I'm going to show you my little videos. And you know, it's not easy, you know, putting your whole butt out there. You wait to do the buttonholes, nice. I hope the skill building session helps. Okay, so just a little background on these. These are the Love Notions glissando pants. I also did, I have a series called Let's Be Honest Pattern Reviews that I just started this year. And this is in there, and the Button Fly series. It's like 2 videos ago. 2 uploaded videos ago, not live streams. And I was very disappointed in the fit of these, and I didn't spend as much time fitting them before I cut and sewed them live on camera as I would usually. I wanted them to be kind of loose. They're kind of billed as kind of a looser pant. They're not a form-fitted jean. They are very casual, but there are some very consistent fit issues among every person who's wearing them. If you look at the hashtag, if you look at the website, and so for me, there is something a little bit off with the pattern if it's not going to fit everyone perfectly. It doesn't mean it's a bad pattern. I actually really like Love Notions patterns. There's a ton of information in them. And it's kind of crazy that some companies get really, really big in the indie world for their patterns, and they're giving you 4 lines of instruction, and then there's companies like Love Notions who has like a video and a link, and they're very clean and very organized, very good patterns. So anywho, that kind of inspired me, that little series, to be like, you know what, I'm not going to settle for the fit of these and my Dawn jeans. They're just too big. And I will admit, I haven't really said this, but I have lost like 8 pounds in the last month or so. But the thing is, they were not fitting great before that. And now they're just like, it's uncomfortable when your pants are kind of rubbing in your thighs, right? So anyway, let me just stop talking. It's always the first stream. I'm only streaming every other week because of the guild, and so I get a little too chatty. Sorry. Okay, here we go. Here's my before video. I think you can hear me over this. All right, so like I said, I did the full belly adjustment. I thought I was being very responsible addressing my belly and that it needed a full belly adjustment. And apparently I sewed the pants like before I finished them, but it wasn't enough. So I have a backwards hip tilt, which pokes out my belly even more. And you can see, look at my butt is basically eating my pants. Isn't that a great look? So these are, like I said, they're supposed to be a little bit loose, but at the same time, you can see that front crotch rise is pretty low. I don't think I'm going to be able to take that completely away, but yeah, we'll see. All right, so I think this is almost done. I'm walking in it. I do these videos. They really, really help me when I go to do these changes, even when I don't do this for the live stream. But you can see these are a little long. All right, so here's my proposed changes. So I'm going to take out that belly thing, and then I'm going to take out some girth going, so like, you know, circumference off the back. Now, this could potentially give me more issues. But yeah, and see, you can see that front crotch rise is still going to be a little bit low, I think. So, oh, I almost fell there. Almost fell there. I have not fallen once on camera. And I almost did there. So, anyway. All right, so here we go. This is where I'm at. So, I took these apart. These are all the pins you saw in the video. And so, here is the back. And so, I haven't really strategized about this. This is how I am. I kind of just fly into it because I really like showing you guys the whole process and not the edited version. So, all right, so there's quite a bit I want to take out through the seat here. And so the other thing I want to say is truly how hard it is to pin your pants on the back of you. If you can get help doing that, it will make the fitting process just so much less frustrating. I know it's a little hard to put yourself out there to someone, like even if it's a partner in your life or even if it's your kiddo or a friend. I know it's a little bit like, will you pin my butt for me? But at the same time, if you're going to go down that road and you're going to do all this work, you never know. Just ask. So, hey Mullen, how's it going? How are you? How's the weather there? I think you gave us our winter this past week. 85 or 90 degrees last week, and this week we had hail. It's really cold. I'm wearing my sweaters again. Oh, man. Okay. So I haven't taken out this back rise quite yet. And so what I'm thinking is I'm going to measure how much. So look at how badly these are pinned, right? So here's one and here's there, you know, like they're not even like in a line. They're not even symmetrical left and right. So that's about 1 inch there, and that's about 3/4 of an inch there. And I think what I'm going to do is just kind of mark where I pinned those, because I'm going to take out the pins now. Okay. And so I'm going to trace this back pant onto some paper. Let's see if I can get this somewhat flat, because that's going to be kind of tricky. Yes, if you're going to alter high waist trouser to mid-rise, could you just cut off the amount from the top, or is there more to it? Is there any kind of, what's going on at the top? Are there darts, pockets, yoke, any of that kind of thing? You said, oh, Velcro down your shirt. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I'm going to try and get this relaxed as possible. And this is kind of, you know, there's some speed bumps in there. I had really a lot of fun like top stitching these pockets, so obviously I want to preserve it. So yeah, exactly. It's never you. Oh my God, my hair. All right. So this is a tool you'll always see me use. It's a tracing wheel, and it's a needle point. So you see how sharp the points are. My autofocus is off, but they are really, really, really sharp. If you're going to get a tracing wheel, this is the kind you want, because you want to be able to go through the fabric, and then it leaves like little perforated holes. So, oh, okay, there are 2 darts at the back. Oh, you just got your spring back. Nice. Okay, well, you're welcome. Okay, so I say give it a shot. So have you made a muslin or a prototype or toile, whatever you call it? Have you made something like that yet? Because the thing is, like, if you're going to lower it, you're going to need to keep the taper, right? So if you're going to just cut 2 inches off the top of this, then the pant's going to sit down there. Now, if you're wanting to pull the pants up, Like if you're wanting them to sit where they already are sitting and you want it to be, I don't know why you would do that, but you know what I mean? So it's just something to think about. Like if you're literally just like, I love the way these fit where they're at and I want them 2 inches lower and they're going to stay down there. Yes, theoretically you can just take the 2 inches off, reposition back pockets if you need to. And then you need to make your waistband bigger. So you need to make your waistband fit the seam line of that new waistline because it's going to be bigger. So yeah, short answer, sure. All right, so I'm just going to transfer my back rise onto some paper here. Ouch. And hope that I get it on there pretty much. All right, so I didn't quite get my side seam on there though, unfortunately. I really want more. Let's see if I can get some waist, even though I have a dart up here. It's really good to have a reference for the grain line, which is perpendicular to the hem down here. Doesn't look perpendicular. Let's see if I can kind of do a rough grain line on here. And then if I were to put a straight line across, they look a little bit off. Yeah, good luck. Good luck with them. Hi, Terry. How's it going? 4-day weekend. Oh, right. It's Easter. Okay, so let's see where I'm at. And then here is maybe my grain line. It definitely doesn't look quite right. I get the pattern pieces out too, but I have altered these. So this is what it looks like. Her patterns always come with lots of options. So there's a short and a skirt in this. Let's see. There's the front and there's the back. There's no yoke. How's the hubby's emergency pants going, Terry? It's pants, right? Is he off the couch yet? Hey Barbara, how's it going? All right, so I wonder, I think, well, maybe I did take off more. I'm just going to lay this on here and see, does it still resemble that? If this were taken in the dart. Yeah, this actually could be my pants roughly. I didn't go back and watch my live streams to see if I changed them, but this looks pretty close. So let's transfer this grain line on here. That looks a little less crazy. That's actually not much different. He wore them today. Oh my goodness, you finished those so fast. All right, so let's mark this with a red line here. This is the actual grain line. And then I'm just gonna cut this paper off here. All right, so the place I have this pinned, it's about, oh my gosh, there's squirrels running on the roof of the building right now. 8 and 9 3/4 of an inch down. 8 and 9 3/4 of an inch down, and then about 4 inches in and 3 1/2. This is rough. So about right here. And, well, that brings that over there. So that's kind of funky. Let's try and stay on that line. Okay, so we want to take out in this area here, and probably going down into the thigh a little bit. He's back in the bedroom for now. Oh man. All right, so we want to take out an inch, right? And so a lot of times when I'm trying to preserve this, look at this back rise, by the way. It is like, this is like chutes and ladders here. You know, when you don't have a yoke here, it can look really, really long. But it is a higher waisted pant, and I definitely feel like the seat could be a little bit more scooped, like this, because my butt is eating the pants. And so I feel like that's a contrary to our instincts change, is when you see pants going up the butt, it feels like, oh, it must be too tight. It's like, it's riding up, right? But what's happening is basically you need to shave away that curve a little bit and get it away from your butt. He never learns. Oh man, Terry's husband's a legend now. All right, so I think what I'm going to try and do here, because I'm trying to think, like, I have to keep, this pattern piece still has to kind of fit on these pants here, right? So if I can kind of, you know, cut into here. Let me think about this real quick, what I want to do. If I might just start cutting and stuff to experiment with some things, but so don't do anything yet. I just need to do it. Okay, so we're gonna cut this pant off too. And this is my seam line, by the way. So that's something I need to remember. This is the finished line, whereas the pattern had seam allowance, right? Oh, that's good, Terry. Yeah, it really does help. It's kind of a weird one, isn't it? I feel like when it's going up your butt, like, I remember the first time I started figuring that scooping it helped. I was like, but I don't want to make it tighter there. But, you know, like I always say with pants fitting, is when you're thinking about it, it can get really easy to be like kind of lost in the sauce, right? I like to think of all of the adjustments as length and circumference, so length and girth, right? And so if I'm trying to make an adjustment that is, you know, like here, like when you start getting the curve flattening out, like when it starts curving really for the crotch right here, anything above that, you're going to affect, it's around your torso, right? And anything below that is around the leg. It's just when it gets really dicey when you get near the crotch curve here. So if I could, and remember my pattern piece still has to be a flat piece. I just want to, I'm going to like cut this one and leave that one. Because if I could just remove like an inch here, I'm making a hinge here. I'm going to go all the way to the edge because I don't have seam allowance on this pattern piece. So if I could bring this in an inch like this, I think that pattern piece would still fit on the back of my pants. And then I can blend in this inseam here. Yeah, right, Mullen? Exactly. Yeah, so I think that's what I'm going to do. So basically, I put a little hinge here. And remember, when you're trying to take something out, you don't want to dart it, meaning like creating a dart, because then you have your fabric can't lay flat, right? So it's got to be a flat adjustment. So we're just going to swing this out like this. And that's going to take out, we're trying to get like an inch right through here and 3/4 up there. So let's leave it about right here. Oh, the other pattern drafting thing I recommend is removable tape. I put mine in a different tape dispenser. It's really great because you can kind of reposition things. All right, so essentially what I just did though, okay, let's look at before and after, because I don't want to trade. I could potentially be trading one fit issue for another. If I spent my whole life doing pants fitting and drafting, it would be easy for me to anticipate potential issues. I'm going to pick this all up and trace off the original real quick. I'm kind of curious about the crotch curve because I would like to flatten it, you know. All right, so let's draw it on here. All right. Okay. See, good thing I used the removable tape, right? Make that flat. So that's what that would do right there. The change I'll be making. So I think, and then I would blend this in with the inseam. It's a pretty full leg. You can see right there, like this crotch isn't getting much curve right here under at the inseam. I'm going to put this straight on the camera so you can see a little bit better what's happening. So that old line is there. Right, here's the old line and here's my new line. And I'm thinking about doing this little bit of scoop. Makes me a little nervous to do all that, but at the same, like, look at all that. That's a lot of fabric there. Let's watch the video real quick. Let's see, how much do I got back there? How much junk is in my pants? And not my trunk. I want that to fill it out, right? Okay, turn around, lady. So there's quite a bit. Hi, Rachel. I mean, look at those wrinkles vertically. It's a lot of fabric back there. And I'm deciding there, do I want to take any out of the length or just the circumference? All right, I'm going to look at the pinning and see. What do I think here? I pinned that, and it takes away my butt eating it. So maybe not doing such a scoop. You know what I mean, jelly beans? So let's see here. I would like some though. So let's just take out a tiny bit. All right. And then this right here. Let's try and get this line in line here. Right now I'm getting a little confused by my pin colors. So I draw arrows. All right, these are my proposed back changes. I'm nervous. Yeah, with that vertical. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, Tina. And you know, you just never know, like when you're doing all your fit changes at once. Hi, Danny, how's it going? I feel like then I might create another problem. All right, so one of the things I was thinking about is what if I I basted these together with these changes. That's not usually a Saremy move. I usually kind of run recklessly into the whole thing. I cover stitched some of my top stitching on this, so that's why it's a little easier to pull out. Except right here. What is that? Oh, there we go. Let's just take it out a little bit. All right, maybe it's not gonna let me just rip it out beautifully. I thought it was, I tested it. All right, so let me get my seam ripper. A little piece of tape on me, that was kind of freaking me out. I didn't know what that was. Incidentally, when I top stitch these, I put 2 strands of thread in the needle of each needle of my cover stitch. So it's possible to do. See, you can tell, can you see that, can you see that? Probably not, but there's 2 threads in each of these. So I basically used 5 spools to top stitch these on my cover stitch. But you can only do it on curves, gentle curves, and straights. Oh, right, Tina? I think that that's smart. There's a point where I have to, like, move on, you know? Sydney, how's it going? Yeah, I think I'm going to baste it if I can. It won't fit perfectly while it's basted, but it will help ease the fears, you know? Well, I didn't plan on having to take this out, though. You know? It's just been washed too many times where the threads are kind of like not easy to pick. All right, how far do I go down? I mean, yeah, pretty much the whole back seam. I don't want to get up into the waistband. I'm only going to replace the waistband in the front. I mean, I could, you know, but at the same time. Eek! Sydney. That's kind of early. Like, if you have to, like, roll out of bed and be in front of your computer in your home office, that doesn't sound as early. But, you know, like, being somewhere dressed and fed, I'm pretty low maintenance, too. My husband had to be at jury duty on Monday, and apparently he didn't need to be there. They just couldn't notify them by last Friday. So he had to get up, go down there. Then he was like, yeah, they don't need me right now. Okay. Let's find that magic thread again. Aren't you glad I took out all the other stuff, though? Do I get points for that? See, look, I just took out one, and then there's another one there. It worked amazingly well to do that. I was pretty surprised. It's just limiting. I know I wouldn't be able to take anything at 7 a.m. I mean, I'm awake. I'm usually responding to YouTube comments, looking over the guild. I glance at my email. Sometimes I go on Instagram. And then that's all I can handle. But I've definitely been replying to comments that early and realize it's too early for that, because sometimes someone will ask me a question like, how do you blah, blah, blah? And I start explaining it, and I'm just like, you know what, this isn't a good time to do this. Oh, that's great. You definitely didn't BJ's. Trying to rush it. Yeah, but it's hard to take much in, huh? Yeah. Do they want you to learn it or not? All right, so maybe at this point, I'm going to go like this. I don't find this actually helps, though, just ripping down the center. It's still sewn. It's just not connected, you know? Okay. What I find is anytime you're making alterations, you have to take out more of the top stitching than the actual seam. And that's so that you can put your seam back together, you know, get it nice, a nice smooth transition when you're making your new seam. So be kind to yourself and take out more of the top stitching than you think you need to. It'll make it easier to make it look invisible, whatever you're trying to fix. I know you're like, oh no, I don't want to take all that top stitching out, but at the same time, you don't want to be doing it when you're mid sewing. You know? Sorry, guys. Tell me a story. $5:30 his time. Oh my gosh, he was in bed. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. I feel like there's not a lot of seam allowance in this pattern because I didn't do a regular overlock on this with a seam. It's just the 4 thread with the seam. So I didn't put a seam next to my overlocking, which I like to do. It could only be 3/8 inch seam allowance, which sometimes people do that on wovens, and I don't like that. Wovens should have a 1/2 inch minimum. Knits 3/8 is very typical, but and then it also prevents you from doing something like a flat felled seam or a French seam, depending on what you're making. All right. I would just rip these, but it's serging, and the fabric is tired enough that it would probably rip. Okay. Let's try and baste this together. Eventually, I probably need to trim this front waistband off too because I don't want to lose my pins. So we'll do that next. I want to see how the crotch curve matches or doesn't match your own. Oh, and just slip in your leg. Oh, yeah, that's smart. Wait, this may be too early to point it out, but in the video, the waistband button looked too far over toward center front. Oh, you know what's wrong, Libby? It's the, you mean the pinning, right? I'm missing a button right here. Is that what you're thinking of? Turn around, lady. Right there. See, I'm missing a button. Is that what you mean? Yeah, putting one leg in, that would be that's a good idea. That's kind of like that top down, center out, just fitting the one leg. These things look dingy now that they're at my office. Okay. So I have my chalk here. You know what, let's fix the, oh, the Dawns. Okay, yeah, I do have a video of that, but I haven't shown that one quite yet. All right, so I'm going to trim off the top of my waistband so I can get rid of these pins so this will lay flat. So let's just do that really quick. So the one thing I am a little concerned with is my pocket opening here. On this pair of pants, I don't think it's going to be a problem, but on my Dawn jeans, I do think that I'm going to have to either rework my pocket opening or not have a front pocket, which would make me very sad. All right, so I've taken off my waistband, and I'm going to mark, oof, that's a lot. The inch. Let's see if I can use my hip curve here. Might be a little too much. I may have to, yeah. I think I can do it. I think I need to take out a little bit more though. At least this is easier to take out. I did rip them. Dang! I told you I shouldn't rip them. Look, I ripped my pants. The risks we take. Man. Well, I'll just have to repair it. That's annoying though, you know? Very annoying. I can tell this fabric was rippable too. Now I just want to take it out of the side seam. I'm not going to do that. I know. Oh well. All right. I want to look at this whole waist curve and just see. Let's see if I can get this together here. Oh, nose. Oh yeah, look at, I clipped my waistband. Didn't I have a lot of trouble getting this waistband to fit? Do you guys remember that? Was that this pair of pants? So I need to remove this too. Let's see. I need to remove my tack button here because it's going to be in the seam allowance. This I've done a bunch. Tilt this up a little bit more. Okay. Yeah, because I wasn't going to take the whole waistband off, but you can tell, like when I'm wearing it and look at my pants right here, they do wrinkle a little bit here. And I was just going to kind of let that slide, you know, because, I mean, honestly, it would be better if you take the whole waistband off, and it might even be easier to put it back on, but I don't have any more fabric, so I'm just going to leave this on here like this and top stitch it on. All right, let's take out a little bit of this waistband, but a little more carefully. I won't be such a silly goose. All right, and then I have this. We want to make sure our fly matches left to right. And then let's take this off here about the same so that they feel symmetrical. All right, so now I can pin my back. It'll be fine, right? Live and learn. It's just like undyed cotton twill, so I should know better about pulling. I did know better, and I still didn't heed myself. Okay, so now let's pin our back. Let's do it actually from the wrong side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trace this new pattern piece onto this back. Let's see if I can get it to line up. Okay, that feels pretty good actually. So this right here is my new line. And I need seam allowance. As soon as I mark this, we're going to go to the machine and we're going to baste it together. And I'm going to try it on. If you were also doing this like you aren't doing it on a live stream, I would probably like iron all these pieces, get them feeling very much neutral. You know, you want to make sure that the fabric's not distorted in some way. I haven't been wearing these for that long. I made these this past fall. But say you bought some pants at a thrift store and they had been very well loved and you really wanted them because of the way they're worn and they're just close. I would, if you're taking it all apart, I would then kind of iron it and make sure. Oh, this is my proposed fly right here. Okay. I forgot. Not fly, sorry, rise. Okay. I'm excited. I love experiments. I love experiment. Okay. It's going to be very hard to, oh my gosh, baste this together along this line because, well, the fabric's just not going to lay flat and when I'm wearing it, you know, like this, all this right here, without clipping into it. But we'll give it a shot, right? All right, so let's look at this too. So if I'm pulling this back over to here, like that, we're gonna taper it. See, I'm not going to change the front leg, I'm only changing the back leg, and so I'm gonna line up this new sew line on the original sew line there. So it's somewhere like that. Give ourselves the seam allowance so that it's very obvious where we want to be and we don't accidentally forget it. Hi Nancy, how's it going? Yeah, and maybe starch them lightly. That's a really good idea. I'm kind of new to starch, but very good idea. All right, so blend this into the original seam there. All right. I sometimes start thinking and I just do a little too much on things. All right, let's do it. Do-do-do-do. All right, so maybe I'll move the face cam around. Let's move this. Usually I put up like a camera changing screen, so I don't make anyone nauseous by moving the camera too much. Let me get my keyboard. And these guys here. And you. Okay, close your eyes. All my cameras are on arms that are much easier to move than this one. Yeah, that's true, Tina. I do like to do that. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I want to be able to see, you know, but I think we could get a good idea from that. I like fitting things inside out anyway because it's just so much easier to deal with like pinching things, especially if you're pinching near a seam or something. All right, so I put a brown bobbin in just so I can see the stitches really easily. Let's get rid of a few more of these. Yay! What pants are you fitting, Tina? You said you're on your 5th muslin. Is it ready to wear, or are you drafting them? Let's see. Will that get me there? Yeah, I think I can get all the way up there now. All right, let's do it. Put a big basting stitch. So tomorrow I'll be doing my Anthea dress. And I've been trying to think of what to turn it into. I've been thinking like maybe the Paddington top. maybe a Remy Raglan. I think I could actually do that. I could make it a Remy Raglan, even though it's not a Raglan dress, because it's so big. All right. Oof, that seems like such a huge change. Yeah, we'll see. I'm so suspicious this is gonna work. But hey, it's, you know, we've got our oh wait, we're not turning. I was about to turn the corner. Oh man. That's really funny. Can I get my front in there? Ooh, I can't. I forgot about that part. Ruh-roh. How did I not remember that? All right, let's see here. What do we got? This is wasn't this your issue, Fiona? I don't know if Fiona's still here. Simplicity, Amazing Fit 2860, and Itch Stitch Upland. Oh, I have those Uplands. I have the Upland trousers and I have the Sequoia cargo pants, and I really want to make them. I just haven't been able to get them on the schedule. What am I going to do with that? What are we talking here? Way too much. That's what we're talking. What if I try and get rid of that girth a different way? I can get rid of some of my rise, like it's obviously a little bit big. Yeah, those look like, if I'm remembering those correctly, they do look a little loose on her on the front. I just want to look at this right here real quick. You see how it's sagging in the front there? Let's see, when I pin it, I still have a little bit there. I can't fix everything. I can't fix everything. Yeah, I like a contoured waist too. In fact, I think when I fixed my Ames jeans waistband, I used the Ash jeans waistband on it. Could I put some of it back, but then take it out in the girth? Like do that instead. What if I did that? Let me try that. All right, so I want a pants dress form so bad. Is anyone interested in making custom pant dress forms together? We could do it in the guild. Maybe we could start a group. Hi, Shem. How's it going? Oh, you're fine. I did some fittings so far, but I'm just now trying my prototype. Yes, one of them, Fiona. Oh, they're in the, ooh, do you have a naughty bin that's called the naughty scrap bin? That sounds ominous. They're going to have to claw their way out of there. All right, so I raised it up a little bit. Okay, so let me just look at this. So we needed to be down here. Oh, I'm sorry. The lighting is really terrible. You could have told me. They never tell me, though. Noon, not 11. Noon's just a little too late to start for me for everyone in Europe. And there's a lot of Euros here. Europeans. Sorry. They're going to give me flack for that. What do we think of that? Is that too dark? That's too dark. And how about we do this a little bit? Okay, so this was my target. That was the before I scooped out and made it like a little flatter. This right here was the cut line, that gray line there. Yeah, exactly, Nancy. Yeah. I didn't think it would be an American that was going to tease me about it, though. Thanks. So if I can't get my inseams to match, then if I bring this back up, I'm still scooping it. I mean, look at it. I'm still losing all this going that way, but I needed to lose a little going this way. So I think what I can do is pull this back here. So let's see, we were originally going to go there. So let's pull this back like to here. I don't know though. You need different clocks. You know, like, I actually think that would be really fun to have, like, different, you know, like you see those in, like, the high-powered corporate settings, the different clocks for different time zones around the world. And I always thought, well, I'll never work in an office like that. But I'm like, you know what? That would actually be really handy for me. I would love in Australia. I would love Sweden for Malin. And I'd like the East Coast. The East Coast is easy for me, though. They're not getting out. They're done. Oh, rip the gingers. Okay, so let's see if I can blend this in here. So here is my target line. And we're going to try and line this up here. Okay. There's a lot of fabric in there. Maybe I shouldn't have opened it up. What do you think, Tina? Do you think I should have left the seam pushed to one side? Ooh, I opened it up. Like I pressed it open, yeah. Yeah, right, Malin? I know. I think I need to... It would help me because sometimes I'm asking you guys, I'm like, wait, what time is it there? I get a little confused. Okay. Okay. Okay, so let's fix my little tear here. Well, I'm not going to probably be able to fix it. I'm going to have to use my zigzag, I think, for that. You missed me ripping my pants, Jim. Like, literally ripping my pants here. I need a piece of scrap fabric, but I just don't think I have any of this at all, you know? Let me see here. Things like samples for the guild and stuff kind of gobble up these little pieces here and there. Well, I can use this. And I'm going to use some double-sided fusible interfacing. Sorry, just a second. Let me find... I have that kind of tucked away. Oh. actually, oh yeah, I have it tucked away. Here it is. Okay. Oh, I was just pulling apart a seam, and I had just said, like, I would rip these, but I think that this fabric actually would rip at this stage, and they did. You know, like 5 minutes later. All right, so this is double-sided fusible interfacing that I've had forever. And it works great for patches and things, you know. So let's put this on real quick. Mom, she's like, yeah, she ripped them because she didn't use the seam ripper. I got a new cord for this camera, and not that you guys really care about stuff like that, but it's I think it's going to be really great. I got another one too, a really long cord. This is my quick and dirty fix for this rip so we can keep going. All right, so we'll get that heating up, and then where's my rip? All right, get rid of these little threads on it. So this double-sided stuff has a paper on one side. So we're going to glue it to the one side of the fabric. Oh, there it is. I keep losing it. And then I find doing curves is better. This stuff's called Wonder Under, I think, or Stitch Witchery. All right, so now I need to peel the paper off. It's statically charged, so it won't let go of me. I can't see the chat either, just sorry. Okay, so get these threads. Sometimes you want a really clean opening, like the rip, like clean off those edges, but this will be fine because I will go back and zigzag this. This is tricky. It's a really tricky spot. I'm going to pin my pant to the ironing board. There we go. Okay. Phew. This is so fiddly. All right, let me look at chat. Good morning, Lindsay. How's it going? You weren't allowed to rip out seams? What do you mean? Oh, you weren't allowed to, wait, I don't get it. You took a jeans making class and you weren't allowed to rip apart. I need more information. I don't want to assume. Yeah, this isn't, I didn't do a very good job of this, and it's not sticking to it. Maybe my Wonder Under is getting too old, you know? I have had it for a while. But at least now I have something to zigzag against. So we'll fix this later. All right. Where am I at? I don't want to lose my button stuff here. I have a lot of projects going on. All right. I think I'm to the trying on part. Right? Oh, wow, Terry. Okay. So I don't have the waistband sewn on yet. So let's just pin that on so we have something holding. We can kind of, you know, it was $600. Oof. Oh, okay. So they weren't for, it wasn't for making a pair of jeans, Aisha? Wow. Dang. Is that what I should have been doing, is teaching jeans making classes? I don't think I'd be the best one to teach a jeans making class. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that that's my expertise. I'm just pinning this in here just so I have some kind of stability when I try them on, you know, and I can get a rough idea of where they're going to be at. I rarely try things on camera either. You did make jeans. Oh, okay. Did it include, like, what did it include? Shem, did that include their firstborn? No, I'm just teasing. Like, the thing is, like, my hat is off to someone because that is a lot of work, you know, like, and on top of that, I don't know if you get to use their machines or not, but you have to hope that your students are coming with machines that can sew, you know, jeans. Yeah, but I think, like, you're going to probably get information in those that is very helpful, that you'll use forever. And it is hard to put a price on that. I didn't pin this one very good, but I think it'll give me an idea, hopefully. No, just the pattern intuition. Oh, wow. Was it someone famous? Have we heard of them? Okay. All right. I'm going to try this on inside out first. I think it's going to be hard to see, but we'll get an idea, right? All right. Don't peek. I have to take my microphone off. This pocket fabric still makes me kind of laugh every time I see it. Why'd I put the pins on the inside? Oh, these already feel so much better. I hope they look better. You know, like, you get something fit really good, and then you see, and you're like, oh, but they don't look that good. They just feel good. There's a lot of merit to that, but still. Let's see. I think these are better. All right, let's do full screen. All right, so I feel like the camera it's distorting because of the angle. I don't have the waistband, so I'm gonna hold it like this, okay? But gosh, the front already looks so much better. How's the back look? I can't see. Does the back look better? I have this lots of fabric here. It feels so much better. I feel like it could still be going up my butt. How's it look? If this wasn't the things you have to do, man. I just can't tell. Here, I'll show you what it started as. This is what it started as. Does it look better than this? So much better? Okay, good. Yeah, that's what I think, Terry. I can't tell either. We need to still have a guild retreat. Would you like to organize it? Mafio! How's it going? It does look better. I think it might need scooping too. Okay. Okay. Well, let's see if I'll scoop a tiny bit more without changing that rise length, you know. It is really hard to unbutton your pants inside out. Ouch! Oy, oy, oy. There's lots of things about this that's hard. Okay. I almost just put my shoes back on and walked back over there forgetting my pants. Oh, the day Saremy got banned on YouTube. Okay. I think I'll leave my shoes off, even though I hate sewing without shoes on. Okay. Yeah. Hi, Amanda. How's it going? Sorry, I'm holding my microphone. Yeah, I agree, Amanda. I think so too. I think that the style of the pants, it is. It's like it's looser, and they fall from the hip, you know. So it's like once you get past that full hip, it's supposed to kind of be straight. So I knew I couldn't fix them all the way. I'm just gonna unzoom this a little bit. Looks loads better though, yeah. You have a question. My husband tried them on. Under the seat, there's a bit of loose fabric. Is this needed for ease? Can he sit? What happens when he sits in them, Shem? All right, let's look. So if I scoop out a little more, And then maybe, I think I can do that. All right, I'm ready. I'm ready. All right, I'm going to take out, well, I think I'm going to use, I'm going to use this marker to just draw where I've sewn. This is a washable marker. Okay, and then the front waist though, that felt really good, like across the front. I am so excited to get rid of the extra. You missed that you had to talk. What's it like when he sits in them, Shem? You know what I mean? Because if he's like, wait, don't take out anymore, these are perfectly comfortable when I sit, you might want to leave that extra. It's hard to tell. You didn't want to overfit it, yeah. Yeah, I know Amy, who's not, I don't think she's here today, but she's been talking about that. Yeah, I got close to doing that on those sunflower jeans I just made because, you know, the whole time I was fitting them with you guys, I was standing up, and it's really easy to get kind of hyper-focused on how they look while you're walking around. Yeah, I mean, he can be a statue, right? You can adore him as a statue and lay roses at his feet. Speaking of pants, there's what looks like a quick and dirty way in threads. Oh, right now there's a quick and dirty way in threads? Or are you talking about the one that everyone's a buzz about right now, the top down center out? You didn't do what? Your kids look literally like they've never had a crisis before. So those of you who aren't in the guild, Jim posts, he sews a lot of stuff for his kids, and their pictures are just really, really cute. I bet he's like, ha, ha. My friends used to say about my daughter, she was a pretty challenging kid, but the thing that really unnerved my friends was that she really looked you in the eye, and even when she was an infant, like people were like, you know, all of our other babies, they just look at us like with a vacant stare, but your kid, man, she's like, she's understanding what I'm saying. Like, yeah, I kind of know what you mean. All right, so I did follow pretty good there. Look at that. Okay, guys, look at this. So I sewed these from this side, remember? And I was like, oh, look at this line here. But then on this side, I sewed perfectly on the line. I didn't even see that. That's pretty funny. All right, so we're going to do a bit more scoop. So because it's still going up my butt, what you want to do when it's going up your butt, you want to kind of make this curve more flat, right? Like more like an L rather than a slide. Or you really want it to be the end of the slide, right? Where the kids kind of come to a nice slow stop. They're not catapulted off the end with a face full of sawdust. So you kind of want this more of a little flat area here. So this is my stitch line right here. And then this is what I'm going to do a little bit scooping. And I'm committing. I'm locking it in. Hi Raquel, how's it going? Oh, I know, I've seen that too, Raquel. Have you seen Downtown Tailoring take out seams? She just goes with a razor blade. No thanks. Hi Suzanne, how's it going? Welcome to the up the butt part of the YouTube video today. I'm really sorry I'm saying all that. Hopefully, I probably will get demonetized for saying it as much today, but hey, all in the name of good fitting pants. So that's priceless, right? Okay, so let's put our real thread on. I'm going to do the seam in a cream colored thread. So now we're just going to basically, you know, stitch these up. And no one will ever know, except for the fact that I ripped a big old gash on my side seam. Yes, that's a lady. Yeah, I love watching her. Oh, I wanted to tell you guys that I saw that she, I don't know when she, like how old this little YouTube short was, but she launched a, basically a sewing ASMR channel. So if you don't know what ASMR is, it's just like it's an auditory sensory thing. So basically, like, I've done these videos before where I sew and I don't talk. And so if you just want sewing on in the background, you find that to be kind of like pleasant company. And you can still just watch me construct the whole garment, because I actually do a whole garment. I don't know what hers is, but she launched a new YouTube channel called So Relaxing. I totally subscribed. I'm like, all right. Okay, so I want to do this. This is what I want to do. I just want to draw my original line so I don't lose track of what I've been sewing. And then the new one will be right here. We're going to go like this. Okay? Okay. And now I'm going to take out this stitch just because it's a basting stitch and because I have the brown thread. So I wanted to be able to see my stitches, and I wanted you to be able to see it too. You're so excited to see how to fix up the butt. I love that I was about to say, well, I have a weird butt. I feel like every single person would say, I have a weird butt. My butt just like goes and then it just ends. And then it's just like all this extra fabric underneath my butt on the back thigh, always. Do you remember that trend for a while there that they had pants that shaped you? Does that sound familiar to anyone here? Oh, thanks. I know, I don't think I got to wear this but one time this winter, but it got really cold this week, and so I'm wearing it. I don't get much chance to wear sweaters here. I mean, it's 50 degrees out. Mullen's like, give me a break. All of you, Shem. If Ray were here, she'd be like, come on. Californians, man. Okay, so we got that out of the way. Let me change my bobbin. And then we're doing it. That was it. Painless. Yeah, I think so too, RG. Wax jeans. Oh. Really? That's so interesting, Nancy. That really was a thing. It's something you buy, right? You don't sew it. I mean, you know. I could trim it first, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to sew the seam and then I'm going to trim it. All right. My little seam allowance edge is folded back, so I'm just trying to line them up. Meow. Always got to have the sound effects. I was watching one of her videos, and she was so funny. She was like, oh, I am still on a basting stitch. She was like, So I was filming this video and I was going to do it this whole certain way. And I was going to and it was all about like, see, look, you can even be lazy when you do things like this. But that's not what happened. It was so cute. She's just like, I ended up having to take apart the whole thing and do it the right way. The little like sighs and expressions were so funny. All right, I'm barely making it to my line of stitches there. Let's see, let's make sure I don't have a pucker. No, I'm okay there. All right. All right, let's cut this edge here. Eek! You would say 50 is cold? Okay. I mean, it's not freezing out there right now, but, you know, it was 30 to 40 degrees warmer last week. Last 2 days of the week at 48, 50 this morning. It was 20. Oh my gosh, Beth Ann. All right, but come on, Colorado. Colorado, the weather swings like 40 to 80 degrees in a day very, very often. And I've been there when it's done that. Like literally wearing like shorts, sweaters, getting a sunburn to snowing 6 hours later. I know, Libby, right? You mean complaining about the cold? Yeah. All right, I'm going to put this through the serger real quick. Let's do that. Someone very kindly gave me a good idea for dealing with my little tray here on my serger. She wrote it in a YouTube comment. She says she has the same one and she has the same thing where this tray likes to pop off and doesn't stay on. And so she used two Velcro dots. So I might try that. It's behaving right now. Okay. Do I want to take a chance here? And so let's see, let's trim this one down because it'll be easier to keep it accurate. But do I only have these little guys? Trying to get out of beginner level. Welcome to sewing, Tam. It is a big, overwhelming world, isn't it? What have you sewn so far? Tell us, and what do you like to sew? Are you finding yourself drawn to garment making, quilting, bag making, accessories? All right, so this actually needs top stitching before. Yeah, that's good advice. I agree with that because I think picking projects you really, really like, you really, really want. There's going to be lots of people that are like, that's too hard, or whatever. But at the same time, if nothing else is really inspiring you, then you probably won't be as invested, you know. So I'm going to use 2 threads in my upper needle again because I need to make it look like it did before. At the time I didn't have top stitching thread. Now I actually have top stitching thread like this. Strata and Scout. Oh, that's great. I love the Scout top. That's a great beginning project except for all that binding. Isn't it a binding? Binding's not necessarily hard. It just depends on, well, it depends on a few things. Okay, does anyone remember what size needle I have? All right. Yeah, that works. Yeah, I think you're doing really good. And you know, don't feel like you have to change sewing something new. If you're like, I know how to make this, I make this really well, I like wearing these, and I want to make more, that is so fine. I sew a huge variety on the live stream, and I'm really honest about this. If it wasn't for the live stream, I would probably be sticking to like a handful of patterns that I love, which people call TNTs or tried and trues, you know. Yeah, I have a guild. There is a free tier. I highly recommend joining. I mean, I know it's my guild, but it is a very unique space because it's all sewing related. Everybody there is excited about sewing, and they're all at very different levels of sewing. And so you can talk all you want about it, and your friends aren't going to be like, boring. And you can post pictures in there. It's private. You can check it out. It's sewguild.com. Just check it out and see what you think. But yeah, everyone's welcome in there. A lot of these folks are seeing in the chat are in here. And it's not like I'm like, you can't share anybody else's YouTube channel. Like, that's not how it is at all. It's your space. And then there's paid groups. So when you're like, you know what, I kind of really want to see what these skill building sessions are all about, or the workshop, which is like a twice a month open workshop. You can bring whatever project, work on it, chat. You can just sit there and listen to people talking. You can ask a question, you know. It's, you know, yeah, just, you don't have to though, no pressure. If you're like, no, I'm not adding one more type of social thing to my life, that's fine too. Yeah, and then you can actually make your, I can't remember what the strata top is. It's like, I feel like I can visualize it, but I'm not sure. But with the Scout tee, you can do things like, maybe one of them, make it on the bias where you take the pattern piece and turn it, 45 degrees to the grain line, and see what happens when you sew one like that. And then maybe you put a yoke, so you want a little seam going across, practice with that. You can really take these like really basic patterns and go really far with them and challenge yourself. Like, I think I saw Shem say something up above partly about that. Oh yeah, low stakes fabric. Yeah, Suzanne, that's a good point. Yeah, that's true, Kristen. Yeah, and you don't think you're intermediate, Shem? Okay, buddy. I would say you're well past that. But it doesn't really matter like what level you're at. Like, I've never even used starch until this year. So, and I've been sewing for, I figured it out, 38 years now. 30 minutes trying to find dumpling wrappers. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, absolutely, Tam. No, they're all really amazing people. Just know that I'm a teaser, so, they tend to tease too. I love the Asian market. Why did I start with that one? I'm taking it out. Oh, this is one of my little pet peeves, is back stitching in the middle of a garment. Hate it. Hate it, hate it. And you know what? I'm not going to. I know another way. The problem is that this is a cover stitch on, this one right here was a cover stitch, So let's see if I can get a little bit of a tail back there, and then this way I won't do a back stitch at all. We'll see. And take out a few stitches. Let's see. Okay. Ooh. All right, and now let's see, can I pull it to the back. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, I did it. Okay. All right, so I'm going to just hand tie this off. This way, I don't have to have a back stitch. Sneaky, sneaky. Tachi jeans. Yeah, they're really hard to define. I've been actually making a list lately of what I think is beginner and what I think is intermediate, because I think that by saying everything is adventurous beginner or advanced beginner, it's doing a disservice to a beginner. Like, putting them in a situation where they're going to just not enjoy the process, I don't think that that's helpful at all. I mean, I'm all about trying to make someone, I don't know, I keep starting with this outer row, and I don't want to do that. I want to start with this inner one near the seam. I think it's better to give someone realistic expectations. It's up to them if they decide if it's in their realm or not us, you know? All right. That was my bobbin winder, as far as noises go. Okay. I have an automatic thread cutter on my machine, so I have to like pull a bobbin tail every time. Sorry. Yeah, you just can't be advanced at everything. I don't feel like I did a good enough. I don't think I didn't really. I should have looked on this side before I tied that off, you know. We're going to sew a couple stitches right there. Yeah, like on the skill building session, I asked everybody, okay, what do you want to know about buttons and buttonholes? And I'm incorporating all those things. And, you know, Terry wants to know about hand sewing a buttonhole. I've done that, but only to repair buttonholes. And I didn't do it the official way with the stitch and everything. I was like, well, as long as you're okay with me learning and imparting that, like, how could we have done everything? Plus, things change, you know. All right, so there's my back. And then I'm just going to pull these top threads to the back and hand tie them off. Hello. I forgot to secure my serger tail. I'm too distracted today. I feel like this first stream back is always like, I'm always kind of a mess. All right, let's pull our top threads to the back. This one. There we go. Sneaky, sneaky. No one will ever know unless they see my insides. And then I can take this little tail and kind of bury it in the seam, or I'll decide what I want to do later with it. But now I have this one little hiccup right here though, and that's that cover stitch right there. Oof. I may have to redo this one right here. Yeah, I might redo that one. It is, I think I could untie that. Your first French seam sleeves today, woot woot. Yeah, I learn something all the time. And it's funny because I don't really have to look back at my videos. And I was just saying this the other day that I was looking back at one of my videos to try and find a timestamp for somebody, and I said something in the video and I'm like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot I knew that. What a good tip. You know, it's like I can completely forget something. It's this seam. It's this outer seam. Oh. Saremy. Oh, I see what's happening here. I think I can fix this. Let's see. Sorry, I'm fussing with this. Okay. Now I can cut this. All right, I think I can repair that now. But I think I'm going to take out a few stitches. Somebody just pulled them really tight though. Phew. Okay. Hi Elena, how's it going? It's going pretty good. I'm now putting them back together. I'm just kind of struggling with some top stitching because I want it to look seamless on the back with no back stitch. So yeah. Trying to sink my needle where it was. Ouch. You always have to leave a tail. I was telling someone the other day, when I was taking the little video of my Dawn jeans, because I took the, you know, like the one on the glissando that you saw. I've already done the Dawn jeans video too, because I was like, okay, just do this now so you are ready. And I didn't realize it, but I had pricked my finger. I was bleeding all over the back of my pants when I was trying to pin them. It's like, geez. Oh, gosh. I really did not, I wasn't patient when I did all this. And look at that, I'm getting this huge old mess. I just want to pull these to the back and fix it later, though. All right. Yay, that's awesome, RG. I'm glad. I was just thinking today that I haven't seen anyone talk about the welt pocket part. And I was really excited about that because I felt like I made it so that it was very manageable. Okay, I'll fix this later. But it's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty seamless, right? Okay. So now we have that. We can sew this inseam together here. And I'm going to use the serger for this and then go back and top stitch it. So. Yeah, right, Shem? I know. I had no idea. This right here is my serger thread, and I think it's polyester. I'm using 2 strands. So look. I'm using 2 strands at once in the top needle, and I just thread them both through. And then just a single bobbin thread. All right, I'm going to the serger. Okay. This is a little tricky to match right now. I have to ease it a little bit. It looks like I started on this side with my serging, so I'll keep it looking the same. I might need to put my white thread back on. Darn it. Because there's my seam. Getting that crotch seam lined up. Okay. I'm standing and sewing in my socks, and the little foot pedal keeps like sliding out from under my foot because of my sock, and it's like a hard floor. Oh, nice, Kristen. What pattern? Yeah, I want to know what pattern you're picking too. All the videos on my YouTube channel on sewing like a collar stand or cuffs, plackets, set-ins, I'm not going to say that one. Those are using the Archer button-up and the Fairfield button-up usually. Soon there will be a Cameron as well by Helen's Closet. I did the overlocking there, but I'm going to do a seam now next to it. Blending it in. I don't know why I didn't have much space on the rise for this. Maybe it was an alteration I made when I was originally sewing them. Okay. Oh, I actually needed the white thread because the inseam, I think I top stitched it in white. Pretty sure. Yeah, what? I feel like I know that answer, Libby, but I can't think of it. She might use a big 4, or it's the Fairfield. All right, let's see how that looks on the inseam. I think it's top stitched straight. Yeah, it's top stitched. So the last thing I'll do after this inseam top stitch is put the waistband back on and a tack button because I had lost one already. It's kind of a shame that I hadn't lost the top one, right? But I had lost that second one. All right. Okay. Let's trim this thread. Where'd it go? How far down did I go? Where's my starting and stopping thread? All right, fine. But here you go, Suzanne. You want to see my video? Everyone else is sick of it, I'm sure. It's really, really short. This was the fit issues. So the front, I mean, that was too bad until I started, like, and you can kind of see how much extra fabric is there. And then the back is pretty much going up my bum there, you know. And it's really full across the seat. And then this is what I did. I took out the front, and I did that at the top of the waistband. So I'm about to reattach that now. And then I took out the girth across the seat, and then I also scooped the crotch rise as well. So that's where we're at right now. We've come a long way. Okay, so here's my waistband. And, you know, normally when I sew this in, I have a whole process for doing this, but I'm just going to sew this in. Well, am I going to do that? I think I'm going to do that. Let's see how this goes. Let's hope my waistband is still the right size, right? I need more of these pins here. This buttonhole is just like poof, gone. Yeah, you're welcome. I'll be doing this again on Saturday for the Dawn jeans too. I would say they're somewhat similar issues, to be honest. I posted a video of that one on Instagram. I posted both those videos on Instagram. Here is my bad fitting pants and my butt. The Sanders shirt from Elba Textile. Fairfield might be closer to shirts he already has. Yeah, I know what you mean. I'll always look for things that are similar to what someone already is used to kind of get them on board with, you know, having handmade. My husband loves the Fairfield. It fits him really good. He's a pretty small guy, and I do have a lot of, I've sewn that like, I think about 3 or 4 times on here, and I bet there's other people who have too. I'm kind of nervous to do it this way. I think I'm going to do a little bit of it my usual way, which is sewing it to the inside first. You know? Oof. This seems like a lot to ease in there. There's a good chance that I probably could have brought in a little bit at the top. Okay. See this? I have this extra here. Let me show you better, sorry. So here's my waist. Oh, let's tack this pocket here. Let's just get it more secure so it's not waving around and wiggling. So I think I remember, it's like kind of coming back to me that this waistband was really hard to ease in on this waist. And I don't know if it was alterations I did or what, but I don't ever clip my waistband. So that's definitely a clue. I'm just going to go as far as I can. It'll make it a little easier. I always sew my waistbands first to the inside, and then I edge stitch them from the right side. Makes it easier. And then I'm also thinking about my usual issues with a waistband, like matching across the fronts to one another. Let's take out a little bit of the top stitching here. I don't usually have to. I don't think there's anything wrong with doing that, Shem. I just don't usually have to do that. But I think I remember that the top of the pants waistband was pretty curved. And is that what it was? I'm trying to remember what it was. I think it was just really that the waistband may have been a straight piece going to the curved waist. I wouldn't have done that though. It just must have been really hard to ease it. Oh yeah, doing it from the, yeah, it does, doesn't it? I don't know. I agree. Doing it from the inside and working to the outside, it just gives you 100% control over how it's going to look, you know? All right, let's tuck that in there. I couldn't get all the way to the edge because of that top stitching, and it's already pretty bulky in there with seam allowances. And I didn't, for some reason, maybe you don't do that in the pattern. You don't edge stitch this fly. It looks like I understitched it only. And it makes it kind of soft and gushy along this edge. Like it's not very crisp. These buttonholes are kind of a struggle. I was trying to get that brown look. And the thing is, like, anytime you use a contrast thread, you're asking for trouble because everything shows up. All right, I probably won't have to pin anymore though. Like this has already been sewn. It wants to do it. We'll just do, I don't know, one more. And then we're going to sew the other side so we can switch to our brown thread and top stitch it. So this one's the tricky side because we need space behind our button. This button is really cockeyed. Worst case scenario, you could take off your tack button and then apply another one if you want. Just if you're keeping the same waistband here, you just got to be careful that where it went through, the integrity is good enough, you know. Tack buttons definitely kind of scar the fabric a little bit. Let's also look at my patch here. You just gotta love it when you start with one problem and you give yourself another. I'm gonna lift this up and move it over like this. I'm just gonna stitch it with my machine. Wait. Oh, that was right. That was right. I felt the ridge of the side seam. Kind of got nervous. Like I don't think you can tell, Shim, because of this all these weird angles. But right here. Oh, and I just trimmed off the waist. Like I just trimmed it down. This was like at a point like this. So I think the straight waistband onto that curve right there, getting it around, it was like putting a collar onto a neckline. It was just really hard. So, and then and it probably was a little small for some reason. I'm having trouble because of that seam allowance under there. The sad, sad truth of my pants. But you can't really see it too bad. You can see my stitches because the light kind of reflects on them. but they blend in pretty good. I'm going to do the bottom just a tiny bit because I see some little threads there. Nothing like some visible mending. Maybe I could have tied it in with something on this little kitty cat riding a broomstick. Okay. All right, so let's just sew our waistband on here. So is anyone here thinking about like altering jeans you've already made? Or is that just like, maybe next time, you know, like I'll just fix it when I make them again, you know? But someone did bring up that, like in my Instagram post, they said, oh, I would like to know this for, you know, thrifting pants. And I was like, oh gosh. That's actually a good idea, you know? Having to ease that a little bit. Now I'm going to have to ease it a lot. Eek! Oh, maybe it's just this pocket. I didn't secure it. Okay, that's better. That's better. All right. How close can we get? All right, let's check our waistband across the fronts, because after all this, we don't want them to be higgledy-piggledy, you know? I don't believe that. I think a lot of people would give it a try. I mean, the thing is, these were wearable, but every time I put them on, I just felt like these I'm not prone to wear more than once because they're white, you know? Like just being in my office, they're getting kind of dusty, you know? But the Dawn jeans, you know, I want to be able to wear my jeans multiple days before I wash them. And I just couldn't. I could almost pull them off by the end of the day, you know? So I didn't really, and I really like those jeans. You're turning me into a skirt. Oh, that'll be cute. I want to see that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're definitely not going to get a tutorial on how to sew the glissandos today. Yeah, and then on Saturday I'll do the Dawn jeans. But I do feel like it's a pretty similar. All right, these are all ready. I just need to put the top stitching thread in. And then we're done. Yay. It's nice when I can pull through both threads at the same time. Okay. It's hard to thread 2 threads at one time, though. It's kind of easier, to be honest. All right. Let me get rid of some of these pins here because they're about to go flying. Okay. Sorry for all the up downs. All right. Let's see if we can get this going here. We have this one. Let's pull out a few stitches again. Hopefully I don't get myself into the mess I got on the center back rise here. Because I was, oh, pull out a few more. Come on. It's so thick. I don't want to break it. Okay, now I just need to tug it to the back. I'm going to hold it out of the way this time when I go to start. Tuck that in there a little bit. Cover my stitching. The waistband gets a tad bit wider right here. Let's see if we can kind of correct that. Really wants to just fold where it was, but we can maybe we'll fold just next to it. We'll see. Maybe that just looks weird. Hey Nathmy, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. Okay, so we have, maybe I'll just leave it. I'm also trying to ease it in at the same time. All right, the tricky part here. I don't know if I can get by this button with my machine. I didn't want to have to take out more stitches, but I do. I don't want a back stitch right here. I know I'm a weirdo, but it's just one of my things. I like it to look like there was no back stitch right here. Oh, I don't want to get near that corner, but I also might need a longer tail. We'll see. Okay, here we go. Just trying to get that more to be a right angle right here. I don't think that's going to happen though. It's already just lived a life sewn that particular way for so long. Okay, pull it out, leave long tails, pull to the back. These I would probably bury in the waistband once I tie them as well, so that these little ties aren't exposed, because they will like break down with friction over time too. But look, see, now it looks seamless there. I actually had to test a lot of my brown threads. I was like, which one was this? You know? Okay, so we'll tie this. And then Let's bury it. Oh, I need an eye I can get this many threads in. And I have this Chahunka needle. I don't know if I can get it through the pants though. Let's see. When you have these really short threads, like say you have these really short threads and you need to like secure them somehow and you can't even tie it in a knot, what you can do is put your needle close to the garment and then thread it. And then, you know, or already poke your needle through, like this is probably, see this needle's too long for this, right? So I'm going to poke my needle through into the garment, right? I'm going to get it kind of farther in there. And now I'm going to thread these ends through the eye. I hate that I have to trim them because they're pretty short. And then you can bury them. This kind of thing, I wish the internet existed when I figured this out because I just could not, you know, I had to figure that out on my own. I didn't hang out with a lot of hand stitchers who probably would have told me about that. There we go. So now I pulled that through and then I can just cut this little tail here like that. Yeah. Look at that. You can't even see my little knot there. Just buried it in the waistband. All right, let's sew the other one. What's that? Oh, this is thread. Okay. This one's going to be a problem, I can tell. Thankfully, there's no button there. It's just really thick in here. Like under here, it's really thick. So maybe I can trim down some of these seam allowances right here. Oh, you've been burning them? You invented that too? Yeah, right? It's like so many, I love that. I love that they're, you know, when you get together with other people, you're like, oh, I do that too. How did you learn that? I don't know. All right, that's a little less bulky. It honestly, what this feels like is that the waistband, this edge right here, is sewn at an angle. It kind of is, look at that. That's the problem. Because then when it's folded up, it doesn't want to reach this edge here when it's folded there. See, because look. I'll try and mimic it. See, when it's folded up, it's folding away. You too! I love it. It's like how I don't do the burrito method for yolks. And that really makes some people mad that I don't do that, but I think the burrito method's great. I just that's not what I had to figure out. Like I figured that out before that existed, you know? And it was really because I just didn't want to hand sew the yoke, you know? Or hope it was going to work, you know? Because that's what you had to do back then. We all just trusted the instructions. Okay. Let's pull this one out. A little bit. Okay. When the threads are been in here for a bit, they're a little dicey to do this with. Okay, pull it to the back. All right. I do that a lot, by the way, when I'm hand sewing buttons, and it comes up a lot in the button skill building session that I'm working on right now, because it's like, yeah, I kind of need to do it that way. All right, so I really want to start here and go this way. I don't want to start here and go that way. So I'm gonna have to put the pants under the needle in a weird way. So let's pull out some of these threads too. before I get there. Oh, they're really buried in there now. You know, the best thing to do is just don't use contrast thread. Oh, dang it. Then you don't have to worry about this at all. And obviously, like, I'm not like the best top stitcher, and every little stitch shows up. I don't know why I thought brown on white would have been a good idea. Yeah, I've never... What if you have cotton thread? What happens then? Tell us more about this, Terry. Tell us your ways. I'm going to go a little further on this one. All right. Okay. Can't lose my Chahunka Hunka needle. Yeah, absolutely, Tina. Thanks for coming. You're welcome anytime. All right, got those out of the way. As soon as I sew this, I'm gonna try them on so we can see how I did. I'm a little nervous. See, like, look at this shim. I don't know, you're still here, right? I'm not sure if you're here, but I can just tell, like, there's a lot of extra fabric right here. It's like the pants went whoop really, really quick. Oh yeah, that's got to be it then. Okay. When you're making jeans, huh? I love how y'all do these things. Don't you like go, why does she do that? Because this works so better, much better. You really don't challenge me very much. Okay. There's my awl. I'm going to try and get this here. Oof. We're hand walking right here. I didn't quite get that on the end where it used to be, but we knew there were going to be sacrifices, right? Okay, leave a long tail. Did I leave a long tail at the beginning? I may have not have. Oh, it's back here. Okay, I was a little nervous there. I did. Oh. Wow, surprised. Okay, I'll just deal with that later, so you don't have to watch that part. Because there's like so many, you know, great people doing great tutorials. I didn't grow up sewing with all that. I say grow up. I know I wasn't like growing up sewing, but you know what I mean. Hey, Chads, how's it going? You have ease show up halfway through seams. Oh, really? You know, are you a pinner? Because I mean, I know that happens to me because I'm not much of a pinner either, you know, so sometimes I'm like, well, shoot, maybe I should have checked to see if that matched. But there could be, have you done some tests where you take two pieces of fabric or you know are identical lengths and then sew it through and then flip it over and sew two identical pieces as well? Don't flip it over. What do I want to say? Yeah, I do want to say that because sometime your feed dogs, the timing could be a little bit off. I'm not sure. I'm not a mechanic at all. But, you know, like when you see people using feed dogs to use the feed dogs as a way, as a differential where it will feed the fabric in for gathering and things like that. So maybe it's not you, Chaz, you know, maybe there's just, maybe you have a differential setting on your machine you didn't know about and it's on. I don't know. But yeah, and when I have like when I know it should work and I'm having a feeding issue, I do notice that sometimes what'll happen is the top layer is getting, this is how I describe it. The bottom layer is being pulled away from me with the feed dogs, right? Because the feed dogs are kind of going like this. They're going up and down and grabbing and pulling. And then the presser foot is essentially sliding across the top of the fabric toward me, and it's pushing that layer toward me. So those two layers can kind of be going in different directions from each other. It depends on what kind of fabrics you sew a lot. So if they're slippery, maybe that's happening. And I love using an awl for that. Like you see me, like I'll pick up my presser foot, you know, as I'm going, and then I'll push with my awl to feed that top layer. So I'm pushing it away from me. Those are just some ideas. I don't be too hard on yourself, because the feeding of the fabric, it is a little bit trickier sometimes in certain situations. So where am I at? Am I trying these on now? Do I need to sew anything else? I need another button still. I was gonna fix this. This hole isn't holding my button anymore. So let's put this little patch. I have a little extra of this patch that I made. Okay. This probably could be a little thicker. I think I'll do 2 of them. I could probably do it a little smaller. Yeah, let's just do it a little smaller. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I really love the awl. So if you think about getting an awl, like if you're considering it, and of the Clover brand, mine is obviously very well loved, and they're usually white, not yellowed. There are a few. So the one that I like is called a Tapered Tailor's Awl. And the names are a little confusing, but you want the Tapered Tailors. The pointy one isn't that helpful for me. Good night, Mullen. Thanks for coming. You going to the cottage over the weekend? So, oh, okay. Have a nice time. Yeah. So, this is still a point, obviously, right? But there's something about this point. It doesn't get sharp quite as fast as some of those longer stilettos. And what I find is, because of that, because it's kind of, you know, chunky, you know, it's thick right towards the end, it doesn't pierce the fabric, and then what happens is your all just goes straight through the fabric, and you're not getting any purchase on it. You can't hold it, right? It just goes through, and you're like, well, shoot, I want to, you know, you don't have as much control. So look at the Tapered Tailor's Awl. I used a seam ripper for a while, and I realized it was just not a good idea, because the seam ripper has a blade and that tip can break off. And I learned that from binding. Like, I just taught myself to use an awl for binding, because it was like having a nice little pointy finger right next to the needle. People get nervous that I'm going to hit it with my needle, and if I have, I've never noticed, and I've been using an awl for sewing for so long, like like 15 years at least, probably longer than that. This is only my second awl. My first one I got in college, and that was, you know, a long time ago. So they last a while, and I don't know, I just find it really handy. So I don't know what I was about to say, but all right, I'm gonna go to the iron real quick. I want to get this button in here. Okay. Look at this thread mess I have here. Waiting for the iron to warm up. I could honestly, I'll just try these on without doing that yet, just so I'm not making you guys wait. How about that? Or should I should have a nice little scene for you guys. Oh, that's interesting, Nancy. What kind do you have? I'm gonna put my microphone right there. I feel like we've talked about that before. Man, I have a tiny bit of lotion on my legs still, and I'm grit. Oh, they feel so much better going on. You really need that button. I would say I could have taken out even more in the front. Oh, these feel so much better. I have to put them straight on, otherwise they look like at a weird angle. Annie. So I need that, I still need that button there. Trying to be straight on. Ooh, that orange with the turquoise looks so good, doesn't it? All right, how's the back look? They feel really nice. They're not, they're not tight, that's for sure. Like, look, I could still have a lot of room. Yeah, we have Nancy. These look a lot better, I think. You know, I think like, oh, sorry, Fred. I think that, if anything, they could just be a little smaller. Like, the waist could be smaller. You know? But for casual pants, I'm pretty happy with this. Cool. Yay! All right, I feel pretty good about that. Retrofitting pants. That was a little scary. They look better, good. They feel a lot better. Like just sitting here, they feel so much better. Yeah. I think that is Aisha. Well, cool. All right, so tomorrow I'm not doing pants. I'm doing pants again on Saturday, and it's the Anthea dress. So if you saw, you don't have to go back and watch this. It does look better? Okay, good. I'm going to do a little video so I can see the back. When you don't have a fitting buddy, you know, you have to be your own fitting buddy. I think about that. Oh, if Ray was here, Ray might be here. She might just be lurking. But if Ray was here, she would understand this reference. But I think of Howard and his invention where he had the robot hand. I'm like, could you just pinch right there and then put a pin in? You know? So during my recap of the year video, which I think says it's called like What's Next for 2022 and 2021 recap or something like that. If you want to go back and look, you can. If you go to the timestamp of disappointed things, you're going to see my Anthea dress and why I'm overhauling it. Hopefully the gingham will be fine on the camera. I think it'll be okay. We'll try to keep it not glitching the cameras. But it's a gigantic, the dress is just like a big old sack on me, and the sleeves are massive. Do they look nice? They look better? Okay, good, you guys. I'm really glad. I can't wait to see. I'm excited then. I can't wait to wear these more, and I can't wait to fix my Dawn jeans. That makes me more confident. Yay, Ray, robot fitting hand, right? Howard used it for other purposes that we will not mention here. He was missing an opportunity to fit clothing. So yeah, so glissando pants, finally. The button, having a button here will even make them look better. But I can't wait to see the back. Yay! We saved the angry animal pants. Well, thanks everyone for coming. I really appreciate it. Hopefully this was useful to you. And if you are interested in checking out the guild, check it out, sewguild.com. There's a free version. The free community is huge. Like there's a ton there. It's great. You saw that. It was a dairy. Yeah, it is hilarious. Yeah, he ends up in the ER with that thing. I love that show. It's Big Bang Theory, by the way. I don't know if I said that. It was Big Bang Theory. But, so yeah, the Anthea dress tomorrow. And I'm thinking, and you know, give me some ideas. Like I'm thinking either the Remy Raglan, the Paddington top. I'm keeping the button closure, but I can change the neck. I know, Libby, right? But I feel I'm going to keep the button closure. Yeah, there's no darts in it. There's no nothing. They don't even put pockets on that thing. So I added the pockets. Yeah, nice, Ray. You got this. You're making progress. Progress is progress, right? I know. I could literally make it into anything. But I'm thinking a blouse. I don't know. I kind of want a not puffy sleeve. That's why I'm kind of shying away from. What about a Remy Raglan then? Because that doesn't have a puffy sleeve. I'd be changing it into a Raglan. I'm sorry I don't have a link for you guys to this video. I will have one like I've been showing you the pants video. I'll show you that first. Okay, Danny. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I feel like Libby says, there's so much fabric there. I can shift it down. I can get my raglan points, my like armhole on there, and then the sleeve is literally almost a yard of fabric. It's so huge. I can cut a sleeve in that. And that would be cute. I've never made that. I would love to make that. Okay. Decorator pillows. I could even do the March top by Helen's Closet. That's another one I could do, March top. And an A-line skirt. Yeah, that'd be cute. I actually have Wendy Ward's, the Kelham skirt. Do you know her? That skirt's cute. Okay, well, I'll come up with some ideas. I'm not going to buy a pattern for this. I'll just use something I have because I feel like that's partly part of the fun of repurposing it. So, yay. It'll feel so good to have these 3 garments kind of fixed. I love black gingham. I have a black gingham dress already. Remember, I didn't make it on camera because the gingham. I made the Maya Sotis dress without the ruffles in a black gingham. So this will be a top. Yeah, anyway. All right, you guys. Thanks for cheering me on. I'm going to go look at my butt in a video now. You better not be lying to me that they're better because I'll remember. No. All right, you guys. I lost one of my scenes here too, so I have to figure out where that went. So, bye, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.